Welcome. Welcome to this tutorial for Headstand. This is Frankie, she's going to be demoing for us, and I'm Colette, I'm going to be guiding you. And we're going to have some fun because Headstand is so fun, right? It's what we used to do loads when we were kids, and we just didn't really think about it, and it was super fun, and we just like do somersaults, and just, we're going to go back to a little bit of that, and just try and find maybe a little bit more of that sort of childlike curiosity about it. Yes, we have to take it seriously in that we don't want to injure ourselves, but let's also be light and have some fun with it. We're going to give you some key actions and key principles that are going to really support you as you start to work towards headstand. And we'll begin with the hands and the foundation, as always. Start with foundation first. Hands are going to interlink together, and we're going to come into the form of cosmic egg first. So I like to tuck my little finger under to create a flat base. Frankie's going to demo that for us. I actually like to bring my elbows narrower than my shoulders. That helps me to get more engagement through the shoulders. And this is so important, and really the key thing with headstand is that all of the work is coming through the shoulders so that we're not putting any pressure into the cervical spine, the neck. Frankie's going to drop the crown of her head, so the very top of her head, onto the floor. And then she presses into the earth. Just let your shoulders collapse for me. Yeah, so that's what we don't want. Now engage your shoulders, yes. And you see that they broaden across the back here. She's got super strong shoulders. That's beautifully integrated. Okay, that's level one. Next step, she's going to send her hips high to the sky as if she was coming into a down dog. Great. And now as she walks her feet towards her elbows, she keeps the integration of the shoulders, and that's something that you keep having to play with, integrate and integrate. Yeah, and then she's coming into cosmic egg. Stay in cosmic egg for me, Frankie. Hug your feet together, hug your legs together, and stay with the integration of the shoulders. And then come down. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to demo from this way, and I just want to just show the finding the hips over the shoulders. So what's quite hard with cosmic egg, I mean it's called cosmic egg for obvious reasons, because we're coming into this little tight egg shape. Now I'm lucky I've got really tight, really open hamstrings, so it's a bit easier for me to get my hips over my shoulders. What can happen when we're walking in is that the neck can do this and the shoulders can collapse. So we'll be really mindful of that. And if that starts to happen, just back it off and stay with the first principle and the first practice, which is just that. And just stay here and start to build up this shoulder strength. When we're coming into cosmic egg, there's a little bit of a magic moment. There is a magic moment where the foot lifts, and that is because of two things. Firstly, is because the hips have come far enough over the shoulders so that you've got this natural alignment happening. And the other thing is the core engagement and really drawing. So if I'm in a headstand, really drawing the knees in as much as possible. So when you draw that first knee in, get that foot super active, draw it in as much as you can, and then you're on the tippy toe of your other leg, bringing your hips over. So I'll just demo that again. So I'm drawing in, and as my hips, I'm coming forward, tippy toe, and then it will just lift, and then we come in and squeeze in. And I like to cross my ankles here as well. Okay, Frankie, will you demo the same way, so facing me? Yeah. So we now know all about the shoulder integration. So Frankie's going to demo the same thing that I did then, and I'm just going to show you how her hips are aiming to come over her shoulders, and then she draws her knee in. Yes. Perfect, and then she's going to come up. I'm here to support if she needs it. One leg at a time, and you can bring your heels back towards me more. Engage your core, engage your core, engage your glutes, and you can come even more towards me, towards me, towards me. Perfect. Okay, so she's in headstand. Now her awareness is in her shoulders. She's keeping those shoulders super integrated onto the back. Her awareness is in her glutes as she really gets her glutes super, super strong and hugs the legs together. And she's got her core doing the work as well. Like a headstand queen. She's got it nailed. To come down, well, you come down any way you want to come down, Frankie. I also like to come down like this, just one at a time, and then come into a child's pose. Keeping the head below the heart, keeping everything close to the earth. And headstand is a pose that we traditionally practice towards the end of a practice to reverse the blood flow, to allow all the rivers and streams of our body to have a little break, and to give our heart a break from pumping everything around all the way down to the extremities of the body, and just to let that fresh blood come back into the body. So it's actually quite an internal, inward, soothing, calming pose, but it can certainly not feel like that at first when we're learning all of the different ways to get in there. The other thing that I would like to just add onto this, which is something I don't know if you know, Frankie, it's something that I just started to do when I was practicing Ashtanga in India this year. And I had a lot of problems with my neck, and actually headstand's something that I've avoided a lot until really I felt strong enough in my core. And I have a very sensitive neck, so I'm very mindful of that. And there was actually, I will talk about it, because if you're ever in a studio or if you have blocks at home, if you have maybe like 3 or 4 blocks, it is so nice to do a headstand against the wall with the blocks under your shoulders so your head isn't resting, it may be just touching, and then you bring your hands out like as you would in this version of Sirsasana headstand. But what I found I really liked after doing that was just to leave the crown of my head on the floor and allow my shoulders to completely let go. And I like to stay there after headstand for like 2 minutes or something, and I find that it takes all of the tension and all the work that's been going on in my shoulders. And I also find in headstand, I've obviously got a lot to talk about in headstand, I also find that I grip with my hands, you know, and it's a fear thing. It's like I'm upside down and I could fall, and, you know, so I often find that I bring my awareness to my hands. I know my shoulders are engaged. Once I feel really strong through my legs and really strong through my core, just notice, am I actually like gripping in my hands, and just finding softness there, because that often is translating then into my neck. So really find softness in the hands, find softness through the neck, and then that strength and structure and stability. And I know we've not talked too much about the sending the legs up to the sky, but I really think that just happens, you know, once you've got cosmic egg, and once you've found that magic point where that fulcrum of the hips coming enough over the shoulders without losing the integration of the shoulders. Once you find that and you draw that one knee in, then, you know, you're really onto a winner, and headstand's kind of easy from there, really. You know, you've got the hard part down, and practice at a wall. You know, I really don't think there's anything wrong with that. Some teachers might say, don't get into that habit, but, you know, feel safe and feel supported, or have a friend and play. Thank you for your presence, for your practice, and for listening, and have a great day. And thank you, Frankie. Namaste. Namaste.